Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Copper Jacket TV. So, look, I am stunned. I am shocked by this one. I didn't think in a million years that I would be waking up today and making a video like this about a red state that is introducing some of the most major gun control bills that I have seen across this country. It seems like every time I make a video where I'm thinking this is the most serious gun control package that I have seen to date, somebody says, hold my beer, I got something for you. And that's exactly what is happening here. I mean, we're talking about basically eliminating the Second Amendment altogether. This has some of the most serious bans. This has some of the most serious regulations and registration and 15-day waiting periods. And I mean, you name it, it's here. So we're going to talk about where this is happening and what's going on. Let's get to it. This channel is proud to be sponsored by the USCCA. In my opinion, the best peace of mind you could ever have in your wallet. As a member, you get that self-defense liability insurance because I think the majority of us probably can't afford to defend ourselves should we find ourselves in court. So if you are somebody who thinks that you might ever find the need to defend yourself, get that USCCA membership. There's a lot of great extras with it and a lot of giveaways as well. So check out the link below. Let's get started. Now, I can't even believe I'm saying this. Out of all of the states I thought I was going to be talking about, this is the last state that I thought I'd be talking about here today. But we're talking about Tennessee, of all places. Tennessee, the freedom-loving state of Tennessee. Very conservative, very red. But Tennessee has got an entire page worth of brand new gun control bills. Now, in the past, I would have said not a big deal, right? There's no way the governor is going to sign it. He's not going to go along with it. Bill Lee is, to me, in the past, is not somebody who would have went along with something like this. But Bill Lee is the one that has actually called for a special session of the legislature just to talk about these bills. So on April 20th, all of a sudden, we have a whole new batch of bills that were introduced, and we're going to talk about what each one of them does. Because, believe it or not, the governor wants them to debate this. The governor is the one that is calling for the talks on this one. So let's go over each one of the bills, the bill numbers, and what that bill looks to do. Now, there's quite a list here, so I'm not going to go into too much detail, but the first one's going to be HB 1586, which is promoting red flag laws. Now, this one was actually suggested by Governor Lee himself, so if they decide to pass that through the legislature, then more than likely he would sign something like that. We have HB 1594, which pushes for even more red flag laws. Now, we also have HB 1596. This is a 15-day waiting period. So you go in, you do your paperwork, right? Normally you can just go home after the background check comes in, but no. It wants you to wait 15 days, over 2 weeks, to go ahead and, pick it up. That's what, 5 days worse than California. I mean, anything worse than California has got to be bad. Then we have HB 1587, another so-called assault weapons ban, which is basically just a ban on anything that's semi-automatic. Then we have HB 1589, which is a ban on anything that could hold more than 10 rounds. So again, we're back to that arbitrary 10-round number where if it holds more than 10 rounds, all of a sudden it changes the classification of it, and that is that. So again, we have all sorts of bans, including that capacity, 10-round capacity. HB 1584, which is going to be your enhanced background checks, which also include a registry. Now, registries, look, registration leads to confiscation, period, end of story. HB 1583, which is mandatory insurance. So just like in San Jose, California, they want you to have mandatory insurance, which is basically just going to, apply a fee for anybody who didn't have it or want it to begin with. You would have to have it under this bill. And then we have, this is a good one, HB 1591, safe storage laws. So now they're going to tell you what to do with it once it's yours. It's your privately owned property, right? But they're going to tell you what to do with it while it's in your home. They're going to tell you how you must store it and the penalties that are going to come along with it if you don't store it in the way that they want you to. And the last one here is going to be HB 1593, which prohibits private sales. The reason for that is they want you to go through an FFL. If you do not have the ability to do private sale, then they're going to force you to go through the FFL. That way it has to be registered. That way you get the enhanced background check and all of that extra stuff, and they want to make sure that you can't slip through that hole. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 new bills in Tennessee, and that's what they're going to be discussing during this next little emergency legislative session. So listen, if you're not really the active type, right? You let your voice be heard through your vote, but then after that you kind of let them deal with things. Now is the time for you to be active. Now is the time for you to get up off your couch and send that email, make that phone call, send that letter, whatever it takes to your representative and tell them that you do not support this, you do not stand behind it. Let them know that you absolutely reject it altogether and that you suggest that they reject it as well and that they give all of these, because any one of these is just as bad as another, but they give all of them a no vote. If they like having a job and they want to make their constituents happy, which are the people that give them that job, then they're going to vote no. You have to make your voice heard here, because the fact that the governor seems on board with some of this stuff, the fact that he's pulling everybody in for a special legislative session just to talk about this topic is extremely concerning. Anybody out there who doesn't see the writing on the wall, who doesn't see that this is a significant turn for the worst, is either blind or just doesn't care. You have to see this for what it is. It is a major turning point. And so again, this is the time for you to make your voice heard. So I wanted to let you guys know about those. They're not in great detail, but if you'd like me to kind of elaborate on any specific one of those, if you want me to make a specific video on either, the bans or the background checks or anything like that, let me know in the comment section. I will check those out and I will do as much research as possible, and then I will come back with a full video to let you know exactly what they're trying to do. But for now, this is more like a call to action. This is just letting you know that this is happening, this is what's out there, this is what they're asking for, and this is what you can do to try and stop it. So again, I want to thank you all very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I can't believe this is Tennessee. Unbelievable. I'm just absolutely stunned by it. So thank you all very much for watching again. Have a great day.